Welcome to the channel, and in this video, I'll be going over my collection of all the films from Phase 5 of the MCU. I'll be going in order of their release, so let's get into the video. The first film of Phase 5 was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and this was a Walmart exclusive 4K. The artwork on the slipcover is different from the standard releases, and it also came with a pin. A pretty cool exclusive for a movie that currently is tied for the lowest Rotten Tomato score for any MCU film. The other film is actually in this phase as well. I don't mind this movie and don't think it's as bad as people may say it is, but I am fully aware this movie has its fair share of problems. As for the 4K itself, it continues Disney's trend of putting only a couple of features on the disc, and if you really want to get some good insight into the making of the film, then sign up for their overpriced streaming service, and you can watch their docu-series called Assembled, where each episode focuses on one particular film or TV show. The length of each episode ranges from 40 minutes to an hour, and that's a lot longer than what you get on the physical edition. Like on this 4K, there are 2 features on the making of the film, and they add up to about 20 minutes. I wish Disney wasn't so fucking stingy with their special features. It was interesting to watch them for this video and hear them talk about how this film was setting up Kang, and how he was going to be an instrumental character going forward, and we know how that all ended up turning out. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and this is the standard 4K edition. I originally bought the Walmart exclusive that had different artwork and also came with a pin, but when I got my copy it didn't have the pin, so Walmart had me send it back and that they would send me a replacement, but that never happened because the edition sold out. This movie was also the last MCU movie to get an exclusive from Best Buy, and that steelbook also sold out pretty fucking quick. Maybe because this movie was a massive step up over Ant-Man 3, and it's a great concluding chapter to this version of the Guardians. I'm sure down the line we'll get another Guardians movie with a new team and new filmmakers at the helm, unless James Gunn flames out over at DC Studios. Curious if he'll do a better job when it comes to special features for his movies as opposed to Disney. It would have been cool if they added the Guardians Christmas special to this, because there's only 20 minutes on the making of the film, but the features are still worth checking out. They go over each of the Guardians arcs throughout the 3 films, and one of the features focuses primarily on Rocket, since he's the main character of the film, and James Gunn points out how cool it was to make this massive movie where the main character is a raccoon. Next up is The Marvels, and this steelbook was an exclusive to Walmart. This artwork is pretty fucking sweet, but the movie itself is very mid. I had to rewatch it for this video because I barely remembered what happened in this movie. Like, I couldn't tell you who the villain was or what their motivation was. I totally forgot about the planet where the people can only communicate through song and dance. Also, I'm a cat owner and I didn't remember the third act where the space cats are just swallowing up the people of that space station. I think Marvel has kind of failed in making Carol Danvers a compelling character. In this movie, she's the least interesting of the 3 main leads. I didn't even watch the Ms. Marvel series and I understood where her character was coming from, and by the end of the film I was pretty invested in her character. I did watch WandaVision, so I was familiar with Monica. The special features also helped fill in some of the blanks on these characters. The features aren't that thorough because if you add them up, it's about 17 minutes on the making of the film. I should mention that all of these releases do come with audio commentary, so if you're looking for more insight, then you can always listen to those. And they also always come with deleted scenes and a gag reel. Next up is Deadpool and Wolverine, and this steelbook was not an exclusive and was available at all retailers that still sell physical media. The problem with this steelbook was that Disney jacked up the price. I pre-ordered it on Amazon, assuming the price would drop the closer we got to the release date, like it normally does, but that wasn't the case, and Disney continues to charge ridiculous prices for their steelbooks, and you're not getting a whole lot in the terms of special features to justify making a purchase, in my opinion. Getting back to this movie, I love it. Deadpool was one of my favorite Marvel characters and was one of the first Marvel characters I sought out when I first started getting into comics. Another big reason I love this movie is because it featured the return of Wesley Snipes' Blade. The Blade movies were something me and my friend Stu bonded over, and Stu would argue with me when I said there was no chance Wesley would ever come back to reprise this role. That was also well before Marvel started doing all the multiverse stuff, because Stu passed in 2015, and when Wesley popped up in the movie, I couldn't help but tear up, and was sad Stu never got to see the return of the one true Blade.
But there's only been one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade.
Movies like this could drop in quality after coming down from the high of seeing it in the theater, but this movie still holds up for me. Hugh Jackman delivers a great performance, and it doesn't diminish what happened in Logan in any way. I was also happy Channing Tatum finally got to play the role of Gambit, since he was campaigning to be the character for so long. This 4K has the most special features of any of these movies, but Fox did a better job with the first two Deadpool movies when it came to delivering a good abundance of special features. Next up is Captain America: Brave New World, and this is currently tied for the lowest critic score on Rotten Tomatoes with Ant-Man 3. I passed on the Steelbook for this release because the artwork was pretty basic, and I think the standard 4K and the Blu-ray have better cover art. This edition is a Walmart exclusive that has a pretty cool pop-up slipcover. Don't know why they only made it available as a Blu-ray and not a 4K, but I'm still cool with it. I like the uniqueness of this release, and I hope they continue to make exclusives like this. As for the movie itself, it pales in comparison to the prior Captain America movies. I do like Anthony Mackie taking over the role as Cap, and there's a special feature talking about his journey to this point. And it's not just about the character of Sam Wilson's journey to taking on the mantle, but Anthony Mackie's journey from accepting the role as Falcon to being the lead in his own movie. There's another feature on the various villains in the movie, and I found it pretty lame that they didn't mention William Hurt at all, who originally played Ross. I'd understand if he only played the role and they recast the character in the next movie like Edward Norton, but he was in multiple films, and I wish we did get to see him finally turn into Red Hulk, but he passed away a few years ago sadly. So we got Harrison Ford in the role instead, and he does a great job in the movie. Lastly, we have Thunderbolts, and it's a great movie to close out this phase. Once again, I went with the Walmart exclusive with the pop-up slipcover. The Steelbook wasn't as bad as the one for the new Captain America movie, but $44 was too steep of a price for me. Of the 3 MCU movies we got this year, this is my favorite. I love how it was about all these characters and their struggles with their trauma and guilt. They've all isolated themselves and end up coming together and get some level of redemption. It's a big budget superhero movie all about mental health, and I just love it for that. This Blu-ray is also a little bit of a step up in the special features department. Instead of the typical 2 brief featurettes, we actually get 3 on the making of the film. One feature is about the opening of the movie and how they filmed Yelena's base jump off the second tallest building in the world in Malaysia. The second feature is about the team itself and where each character is at the start of the film, and the arc we see them go on in the film. Sentry gets his own feature, and it goes over the 3 sides of that character with Bob, Sentry, and the Void. The director Jake Schreier is now going on to make the first X-Men MCU movie, and I'm stoked to see what he does. Hopefully he'll give my boy Cyclops his due. Thanks for watching this video. Phase 5 is hit or miss. There's 3 great films, and there's 3 that are okay. Let me know what your thoughts are on these films and which of these movies do you have in your collection in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a movie time.
Some motherfuckers still trying to ice skate up here.